snap could certainly cause some damage to some of the trees and plants and shrubs that are already blooming in green country.
Brian Miller joins us live tonight at the Tulsa Botanic Garden with what they're doing to keep delicate plants safe from the freeze. Brian?
Well, so you were talking about winter possibly being over. That's certainly not the case tonight. We could feel the cold temperatures out here. So can the plants, which have already been blooming. There's been an early blooming season because of the unseasonably warm temperatures that we're having. But, of course, all that changes tonight. And here I am at the Tulsa Botanic Garden, and I'm joined by the CEO, Todd Lasang. And, Todd, now, we're a little bit ahead of schedule as far as plants blooming. Talk a little bit about that, and what is some of the damage that can be done to those plants now that have already in bloom?
Sure. Well, some of your plants are going to be fine. Your bulbs generally are not going to get damaged, but your shrubs, some things that have really tender new growth, we may see a bit of nipping or burning back on those. So you could wake up with a little bit of brown twigs, with the temperatures they're forecasting.
And even though it's going to be warmer coming up this week, are those going to be able to recover right away, or is that something that's going to kind of stick around?
If you get a bit of burn, it's going to take a few days to a couple of weeks to recover. You won't notice it in a little time, but we may lose some of the flowers on some of the shrubs.
Now, of course, a lot of people spend a lot of money on plants, shrubs, things to beautify their home. Landscaping stuff is not cheap. Now, what are some things that they can do to kind of protect some of the burn that you were talking about and some of the other damage that can happen from these cold temperatures? What can they do to make sure it doesn't happen?
If it's really a special plant, you can cover it, but you don't want to do that for a lot of plants. Otherwise, it's always good to water your plants before you think a good freeze is coming. That'll help. Just the evaporative process releases a little bit of heat.
All right, and then we also heard you can put leaves, mulch, other stuff on top of theirs. Not
Absolutely.
Just bags.
Right. You can cover them with all kinds of materials. A lot of people like to get the sheets out, but I prefer leaf mulch and other things like that.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time, Todd. We appreciate it, and the tips. And of course, it is cold, so bundle up and take care of those plants if you don't want that burn to set in overnight. We're reporting live tonight at Tulsa Botanic Garden. Karen and Brian, back to you guys.